Do subscribe to Filter Kaapi and click on the bell icon to get regular updates.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Filter Kaapi. I am T S Sudhir. On the 8th of August, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy will be in Anantapur at the Kia Motors plant. That's the day when Kia Motors will be unveiling its new car. And on the 9th of August, Jaganmohan Reddy will be in state capital Amravati, where he will be interacting with ambassadors, diplomats and consul generals of up to 30 to 40 countries. Now, why is this significant? Because after all, every state government in India does interact with industry, both domestic as well as with foreign investors, to tell them that they should come and invest in their states, that their state is the most favorable investment destination. So what new is Jagan saying? Well, Jagan is interacting essentially with these diplomats so that they can go back to their countries and tell companies in their countries that they should look at Andhra Pradesh as a favorable investment destination. Now, why is this significant? For two reasons. Now, for very long, Chandrababu Naidu has been seen as the darling of India Incorporated. He always is known to lay the red carpet for foreign investors. He's a regular visitor to Davos. And in that sense, Jaganmohan Reddy is a new entrant to the political scene, to the administrative political scene of Andhra Pradesh, and therefore he will need to know these diplomats, these leaders on first term basis. So that's the effort being made by the YSR Congress government there in Andhra Pradesh. Two, he also would want to convey that he's as industry friendly as Chandrababu Naidu has a reputation of being. Three, and this is very significant because this meeting, this conference comes just days after the Andhra Pradesh government has moved a bill that it will reserve 75% of all jobs in industries in Andhra Pradesh for locals of Andhra Pradesh. Now, the industry in Andhra Pradesh and elsewhere not too happy with this decision because it sees this as in some way compromising on the quality of manpower. Will foreign investors also look at it the same way? So Jaganmohan Reddy would want to allay those fears, would want to kind of address those apprehensions, those concerns that in no way this is going to compromise on the quality of manpower that will be available to them. But at the same time, the bigger problem for these investors, these diplomats to go back to their home country and tell the investors there that they should look at Andhra Pradesh is the absence of an industrial ecosystem in the state. Unfortunately for Andhra Pradesh, in the last 5 years, industry in significant numbers has not come into the state. Yes, there have been a few firms which have set up base in the SEZ in Chittoor district, some near Tirupati and some near Visakhapatnam, and a couple of them in and around Vijayawada. But largely industry has not made its base in Andhra Pradesh because the ecosystem is not there. Now, if Jaganmohan Reddy is going to put these conditions, that may make it more difficult for foreign investors and also the domestic investors that these foreign firms may want to tie up with. So this is extremely significant what Jagan will actually tell those diplomats of these foreign countries as to what does he have to offer in exchange for the fact that he's putting that condition that 3 in every 4 employees will be a local of Andhra Pradesh. Number two, and this is much more significant because it's here that even the center gets involved. Jaganmohan Reddy has been wanting to review all the power purchase agreements as we discussed in a previous edition of Filter Kaapi. The center looks at it with great apprehension, and the bigger message, that the larger message that it sends out is that the government of Andhra Pradesh is willing to look at every contract. Now, a contract, as many of you who understand the way contracts are drawn up is seen to be sacrosanct. It's not meant to be tampered with whenever a political party changes, a political establishment changes. So in that sense, what Jagan is doing sends out the wrong message. Apart from the fact that if other states like Madhya Pradesh, like Karnataka, like Maharashtra, if they also start saying that their jobs are also reserved for locals, what would happen to the Telugus working in, say, a Mumbai or a Bengaluru? Similarly, if every government starts reviewing all the contracts that the previous government has signed, it's only going to throw everything into a huge amount of confusion, and that will affect brand India, not just the brands of individual states like brand Andhra Pradesh or a brand Maharashtra or a brand Madhya Pradesh, but brand India as a whole, because foreign investors and even the domestic industry will start looking at it with suspicion. Also, the fact that by saying that the previous deals were marred with some amount of corruption, While Jaganmohan Reddy is trying to target Chandrababu Naidu, indirectly he is also implying that the companies which signed those contracts with the Chandrababu Naidu regime were also in some way corrupt. So in that sense, not sending the wrong signals, both the measures, whether it is a 75% reservation for locals, though the industry ministry told Filter Kaapi that it is a step, it's a progressive step, it's a step in the right direction, that it was an election promise made by Jaganmohan Reddy, but definitely given the kind of conditions that Andhra Pradesh is at this point in time, given the fact that industry is not well developed, the Andhra Pradesh government not really in a position to put forth these kind of conditions before investors of any kind, domestic or foreign. And also this whole view of wanting to review everything that the Chandrababu Naidu government did, right or wrong, is only going to scare the potential investor. What happens if he signs a deal with Jaganmohan Reddy and tomorrow if some other party comes to power, will the same contract be reviewed by the next government in power? That will be the apprehension that any investor coming into Andhra Pradesh will now have. So that is something which Jaganmohan Reddy will have to address when he talks to these 30 to 40 diplomats and ambassadors on the 9th of August in Amravati. So a very critical and a very crucial meeting to look forward to, and many of these investors will be looking at it to see what signals that Jaganmohan Reddy is going to send from Amravati. Thank you very much for watching this edition of Filter Kaapi.